What's up, everyone? Good morning. What's up, Pi? Hey, Mixors. What's up, Dearmas and Nobika? Ash Brown is though. Jabroni, hello. Hope everyone's having a good morning. King Capybaras. New class waiting room. Ooh. Well, we can wait. That's absolutely fair. What's up, Rayon? How you doing? Good morning. Hey, Karen and Apollo. Mellow Cobbler. Great name, by the way. Did you hear about the Dota Bard Frog? I did not. What? New hero? Oh, wait. If this is true. Huge if true. A data mined upcoming new hero? Bard Frog? Wait. That sounds really cool. Will the new patch have more bees? No. You have to wait till the bee patch. Bard Frog loot hero. That would be sick. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone enjoying the patch and everything? Hey, Sassiest of Squatches, thank you very much for subscribing. I'm going to have some news on that very soon. So, with the subscription funds that have been coming in, we've been looking at ways that we can use those funds for something meaningful and cool. So hopefully I'll have some news on that very soon. There's like legal issues with handling that money on the publisher side and that sort of thing. But there's a lot of will from the team to get that sorted. You're on a 10 stream streak? I don't even know if we've done 10 streams on this channel. Probably that's every stream. Okay, we're gonna have to adjust some audio stuff. So right now, I have to see. Just bear with me as we kind of adjust sound settings and things. Hey, Bullets. I make sure I'm buzzing around. Yes. Wait, what? So what hero do you play, Nobika? We don't have it right now, but there were talks of us adding like a bee skin for Sylvie. Wait. I'm definitely not on the right build. You can tell, because I have console commands. This is not it. Alright. Back soon. This has happened to me a few times. I just jump in and cheat. When there's a patch, I have to verify files, and then I have to like re-download the actual build. What do you think about all the Mako changes? Let me have a look. Why don't we, while we're getting all of that sorted, we'll have a look through the patch notes. Because I just kind of made sure that they were all there, not necessarily that they were things that I didn't pass my judgment on them, if that makes sense. I was like, do these work? I like this change. The Fated Strike hit delay was reduced in half when used in melee range. That's cool, because it felt like a lag thing when it wasn't. Wow, thanks for the Prime subs, Ruby Time and Lightsbane. I've got some really cool stuff coming for that. So really appreciate that. Your subscriptions will do some cool things very soon. Right now, you do have some access to some emotes, which is fantastic if you enjoy those things. Love this game, but need an eternal queue. Good thing we're working on it. Thanks, Apollo, for the Prime as well. Mako changes. Sibling of Earth from Mako's Bulwark now has health equal to Mako's max health, increased by 2% for every 1% crit, haste, expertise, and spirit she has. Okay. Legendaries, I don't have one. Now accumulates 10% of all damage it takes and pulses it out as damage on intervals. Okay. Damage accumulation needed to be toned down to consider. Okay. You meant the last patch? I mean, it feels good to me. Okay, again, I don't have any legendaries. Bulwark has been updated to show the resulting max health of the Sibling of Earth and now includes information on new secondary stat scaling. Okay. Tooltip updates. Okay. So nothing, I mean, unless you have legendaries for Mako, there's not a lot of stuff for me that impacts me specifically. We've got new active ability timers. Cool. Nice. I didn't expect the team to be pumping out as much stuff. This is the thing that I find really easy to lose sight of. We've been in early access for 3 weeks. Already so much has gone in. I think it's really easy to forget to zoom out. We need to kind of think about what happens between now and like 6 months from now, for example. Those are going to be huge opportunities for the game. It's I'm so excited. What's up, Andrew McRae? I need to do a better job of checking out stuff over on YouTube, but I appreciate all of you over there as well. Is it possible in future to put in-game clans and allies and stuff? We're working on some community tools. There's some really cool stuff coming, actually. With how essential Essence bonus gear is for pushing high keys, do you feel like the drop percent is in the right place? I'm not the best person I haven't felt what that feels like, so I don't really have the best kind of read on that. You've almost got 300 hours in game. You've been playing 100 hours per week. That's a lot. That's awesome. That is a lot more than me. I would love that. Dude, today I just played around 10 games, 15 to 22, pushed to get mount, got only one single gem. This farm is crazy bad, and thinking we wipe in 1 month and have to start over. Is that a... You put a question mark, but I don't know that that is a question. So this is the thing. We need to remind ourselves we're in early access, right? So resets and things are going to be no good. Yes, it read it as a different audio source. Sorry about that. So yeah, what I was saying before is that we're focused on making the game the best it can be during early access, right? And so that may mean at times we have to do resets that make sense for testing, as opposed to the ideal cadence that we will have once we get post-release, right? We're focused on making the game better so we can play the long game, if that makes sense. 300 hours is a lot. That's 100 hours a week. That's what? What's 100 divided by 7? I can't do the math. That's 14.3 hours per day. That's a lot. That tells me that you're very excited about what we're doing. I'm very happy about that. Hey, Angry Koi Fish, thank you very much for the prime. No louder, please. Yeah, sorry. When I downloaded the build again, it janked all of my sound settings, so. Please, yeah, keep giving feedback on that. Will the spider mount be gone with the reset in December? So, the reset in December is not confirmed, right? We're working on content that, you know, will be very, very important. If that's ready, we may do a reset in mid-December, so people have all of that to kind of chew on while the team takes a break over Christmas. If not, we'll wait. We'll wait until early next year to make that happen. But the priority is making the game better. Okay, we are in game. Hello, so far it's a very cool game. Thank you. But the absence of random matchmaking in Eternal mode makes it unclear how a solo player can progress further. Is this intentional or will it be fixed in the future? It's absolutely going to be fixed in the future. Like I said, we're in early access right now. One of the things that we're working on is Eternal matchmaking. So before I get stuck into stuff, what we are doing. So if you remember way back in the past, last week, when we added buff tracking to the game, we said that we wanted to get a rudimentary version in as quickly as possible. So these important hero buffs. We wanted to get them in as fast as possible. So this is the first version of important hero buffs that we have. There will be eventually a new system for it that is, you know, more fleshed out, you know, deeper in terms of its customizability and that sort of stuff. Similarly with Eternal Matchmaking, we have big dreams about how we want to handle it. We're, you know, talking not just looking at item level, but skill-based matchmaking and all these sorts of things. Those things take time. But we know that there's benefit to getting something kind of fast into the game soon. So there will be, a version of Eternal Matchmaking that is the kind of quick stopgap solution until we get to our ideal point. How can you guys not implemented yet a requeue feature every time one guy leaves? Because game dev takes time. That is on our list of stuff that we want to add though. So backfill is on the list. Will the stopgap solution for Eternal Matchmaking be released before reset? I would say there's a high likelihood that that is true. What can you tell us about Sir Bombastic? Nothing. Huge knowledge gap for me. On Eternal Matchmaking, it's probably our highest high priority, highest top final high revision version 1 priority. So it's a matter of weeks. As soon as possible. So will there be any minion class like Necromancer or something soon, or not on the board? Yeah, we've talked about pet classes. It'll happen. There's obviously different tech that we need to solve for pet classes. But the team are excited about getting there, for sure. Any word on if there will be a mini-map added? Probably, but not top priority. Any news about GeForce Now status? Not any specific news that I have yet. The devs are working on it directly with NVIDIA to solve the outstanding issues. All right, okay. I don't know if I'm ready for this. When to expect a new hero? Any timeline? Zach, kind of when it's ready. I don't know if that's the play. I just kind of do it to put my stone shield on cooldown. Is that the right thing to do here? Oh no! Oh. Very messy, but Look at my healers go. So obviously it's a little hard for me to answer questions whilst in a dungeon, but I will make sure to take some time in between pulls, not in between pulls, in between dungeons to get to these questions. Oop. My bad. Scorpion, how's it going? It was going okay.
This looks fun.
What's my eye level? I don't remember, like around like 155 or something. Oh. Can someone get that?
This looks fun.
Oh, stunned, my bad. Well, where's the... wasn't there a patrol? Oh. So we're gonna have to do both of these for sure. Hey, my sibling of Earth seems fat. And I saw a question about party chat during dungeon selection. Completely agree. That needs to happen. Oh yeah, okay, I felt that change. Really like that. Oh, I don't want to pull to the double attack there. Not the double attack, but I mean. I'm gonna die. Okay. No one helped the healer? Yeah, that was not smart. Ah. Oof. So what is on the horizon for the game at the moment? Lots. A million different things. New dungeons, new heroes, new features. Like, it's, yeah. It's an exciting time to think about what we could do in the future. More fellowship. Just heaps more of it. It's gonna be like really interesting to look back on like where we are now in like 6 months. Hey, Richamation, how you doing? Sorry, but I'll be getting to the questions after this run. I'm intrigued actually to look at what the actual recommended pulls for this dungeon are, because I don't know. Oh wait, I hope we have enough. We have one for the frigid mists. Oh no! This is bad. Oh no. Okay, well, is it not so bad? Oh damn! This is the thing! You have to eat it. Oh!
Delivers my wrath.
Oh no! Oof! I should have kicked it. It was a terrible idea. This is the problem. Ooh. $165s. Those are gonna be upgrades for me, probably. Yeah. Solid. Nice. It felt good. I didn't play well, but it felt good. Okay. Let's get a thing. Mmm. Tasty. Expecting dev luck? No such thing exists. Is there any chance of a different currency for cosmetics? Feels a little unfortunate to choose between upgrading gear or buying a cosmetic with golden supplies. Not for this event, but for future events, yes. We've already discussed that. What's your goal before the reset? Will you make it? I am not sure. We'll have to see. I'd like to make it to Eternal, but it really just depends on how much time I can find. I'd love to kind of unlock like up here. I don't think we'll start being able to unlock these things, but you never know. You never know. When is the reset? We don't know yet. We haven't committed yet. Could be as early as mid-December, could be later. Depends on some of the content that we're working on right now. Is there a plan to keep all tank, healer, DPS combinations viable to relatively high level? Yes. If so, how will that work when introducing new and interesting characters? It'll, you know, like with any game that has lots of variables, it's a balancing act, right? It's not easy. And we're also aware that metas shift. You know, there might be some seasons we do where certain things are generally more viable than others. Like right now, you know, if you look at Dota, I mean, I use that as a reference because I know it well. There are certain heroes that, you know, they work, but at a competitive level, there's a reason people don't pick them for whatever reason. Mounts and outfits stay on your account after reset, right? Yes, so everything cosmetic that you earn will stay. Disclaimer, apart from trims, because trims are leaderboard bound. Yeah. Did you guys get enough support from the community to keep the game coming with new content? I mean, we definitely keep going. I still have a job, so that's a good sign. I want to play as a gnome slash halfling so bad. I know you won't be able to say it, but I just want you to know. Yeah, that'd be cool. Do you know what, like, so we've talked about, I mean, in the community, not necessarily as much on the developer side, but, you know, there's a lot of people talking about, oh, you know, it'd be cool to have a bard. I don't really want that bard to be, oh yeah, no, that's trims with this. I don't really want that bard to be like the classic kind of cheesy, like, cheesy bard. I want to have like an emo bard. That's my favorite thing. Saw a video talking about a leak of what the 10th character is. I doubt you can talk about it, but it sounded interesting. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that people like have found over the years of, you know, early work in progress things that have been in our game. I wouldn't take those as gospel about how things will eventually get in. Sorry I'm new to these types of games, but what after the reset, is there anything new to do or same loop over and over? So there's two different things here. We're talking about like a reset during early access, which we would do for a variety of reasons. Please don't conflate that with what a seasonal reset will look like in the game post-release. Because right now, early access, at some point we'll get to 1.0, and then we'll get into the true seasonal stuff. Season 1 will start with the 1.0 of the game. The goal with those seasonal resets after the game launches is for those to be really content-rich things. So there are reasons to want to play every new season, whether that's, you know, new heroes, new dungeons, new things to unlock, new titles, new various cosmetics, new mounts, like all sorts of things. We want to basically give people a laundry list of things to want to do for seasonal resets. In early access, we might do resets at a very different cadence so we can test specific things. We might also start bringing out heroes that aren't completely cooked yet. You know, they might not have specific art, for example. You know, it's entirely possible that the next hero we put into early access has nothing more than just their base skin, if that makes sense. Because this is early access and we have to test things. So, is the spider not available anymore after the next near reset? I should double check on that, I'm not sure. Is there any date for the launch of the game 1.0? No. We've tentatively said 6 months, but that's extremely tentative because, like you've seen, we have a lot of stuff to add based on player feedback. So that's more important than sticking to a date for us. We want to make the game absolutely killer. And we'll know when the time is right to put it into its 1.0 phase. The cosmetics and mounts I get in early access, will they be available in 1.0? Yes. Looking forward to more tanks and healers? Me too. Me too. It's a shame that the information about it being seasonal isn't on the Steam tab. I've asked the publisher to add that, actually. I asked them last week, and I've got a meeting with them after this. So hopefully get that added for you soon. You played for 100 hours and I would really like a refund. I mean, I understand. We could have handled certain things better. I mean, hindsight is always 2020. Though 100 hours is a lot to play and feel like you didn't get your money's worth. But you're totally entitled to feel like that. Don't get me wrong. But I loved Fellowship. Okay. That's 25 cents per hour. That seems like a pretty good deal. Yeah, but like people might feel like they signed up for something different. That's understandable. Couldn't you make something similar to Path of Exile ladders and not just delete everything? So Angel of Chaos, this is the thing. Early access, and I'm pretty sure Steam have this in their things. You have to come into this with the understanding that everything is subject to change. Now, it's not going to happen that we don't do seasons, because we know that is something that is core to our game. But it is also slightly possible that, you know, there is a future where we're wrong, right? And based on overwhelming feedback, we'll absolutely not do seasons. That's not going to happen. But you know what I mean. Early access is not release. We will be making the changes that we feel are necessary to make our game better. So, effectively, everything in the game is subject to change. Any plans to be able to make cloaks part of customized cosmetics? I think I saw the team talking about this the other day, that some cosmetic sets will have cloaks and some won't, but they are looking into that. Can we have Eternal Q, please? Yes. It's coming. When is release actually? I just joined the stream. Senju Nation, we don't know. It's going to be based on when it's ready. The game currently has so much grind, especially once you reach Eternal. Would you say this level of grind is what you are aiming for, or is the team looking to adjust up or down in the future? Everything's looking to be adjusted up or down. This is what I mean. What you're experiencing now is absolutely not where we'll be in 6 months, so make sure that you give your feedback. We'll have to see exactly how we want... Like, we'll have to look also at the distribution curve of where people are ending up. I haven't talked to Axel about this recently, right? But we would hope that a big amount of players... Also, we're 3 weeks in, right? Let's say, hypothetically, a season is 3 to 4 months. Again, no commitment there. That's a lot longer of a time scale. So how many people can reach what point on this rewards track in that time? We will see. Will we lose talents again when wipe? I really do not like the idea of hiding character talents behind difficulty. Gear alone is strength enough. Yeah, I mean, so look, like I said, everything's subject to change. You know, if your feedback is, you know, maybe we move these talent points over to this side of the tree, so it's not on difficulty, it's just on, you know, playing the game. That could absolutely happen. Who knows? This is the fun part about making a game. Will there be more supporter packs in the future for those who wish to be supportive? So, N710, are you a Warframe player? That's cool. So, wait, I got distracted by your name and forgot your question. Will there be some more supporters packs in the future? So we're gonna have an in-game store at some point where you can buy a bunch of cosmetics. So, yeah. So, like, I would also just say the general thing that I think a lot of people are, like, missing. We're a little bit blinders as a community right now. This is where I am. We're 3 weeks in an early access game that is subject to a whole lot of change. Everything we're talking about right now, 90% of what the community are saying in chat, on Discord, on Steam forums, everywhere, are things we're already working on. So I think, like, metaphorically, me too, I mean this like as a whole community, we should take a breath and be like, look at all the things we're talking about. So many of these things are going to be available to us as we go through early access. It's I honestly, that makes me super excited. Are you able to tell us how many dungeons are expected or you would like to see available for play for a 1.0 release? Good question. It'll be a lot more than we currently have, but I don't have a number for you, unfortunately. Do you plan on removing gender lock when creating a character? No. I know that each character has lore behind them, so this may be difficult to do, but I'd love to be able to make a character exactly how I prefer. No, that's a different game, Alex. It's not like we remove it and suddenly everything shows up and that's available to you. That's a different game. You are using Sony WF-1000 I am using XM5s. I don't want to be using them for this. Am I using the microphone on the headset? No. I'm using this microphone. It's a Elgato Wave 3. Has the early access been successful enough to increase the team size working on the game? We aren't talking about that yet, though astute viewers will know that we have actually advertised a temporary position. One of our game designers is going on parental leave. So we need someone to fill that spot. We're looking for level designer / game designer. So if you are well versed in Unreal, have probably well, you need experience. You need to. I mean, I think the ideal candidate would be someone who can create the whole dungeon, like white box it for us, and like own the creation of those dungeons from start to finish. Would probably have to move to Sweden though, lol. Yep. This would be in the office. I have made some levels in Little Big Planet. Does that count? Oof. That's not going to cut it. I don't think, Retromation. Honest, but like, that is a great way to get started in level design, though. Let me see if I can just open the window one second. Thank you for making this game such a fun game. Scratching that M+ itch without all of the negatives of WoW. What is the logic of making Eternal only pre-made? No, so there's no like decision to make it only pre-made. It's just that we haven't got matchmaking in yet. It's absolutely coming. It's actually probably the top priority for specific specific parts of our team. Lol. I'm a grown man, laughing at fart jokes. Hey Hamish, do you have plans for Oceanic servers, and do you have any plans to increase cursor visibility? Thanks for all yours and the team's hard work. Both of those things are on the list, yeah. So like, on the server thing, and again, this is where I think, again, we need to zoom out as a community and exercise a little bit of patience. Like, rolling out regional servers as a thing on our general development timeline is likely not something that we would be able to achieve within the first 3 weeks of our early access launch. In the future, absolutely. But we need to kind of have a bit of patience there, I think. We all laugh when we see the number 69. Nice. Hey, Hamish, when you worked on The Division, did you work with someone called Gabe? Gabe is one of my best mates. I recently hung out with Gabe quite a lot when I was over at Gamescom and went down to Malmo. I have a lot of love for Gabe. Yes. Will we be able to see our past rank after every reset? That'd be cool, right? Not in early access. You know, these are all the things that would be items that we want to get in for that post-launch experience after 1.0. Once we feel like absolutely comfortable that we've ticked all the boxes, that'd be great. Hi, honestly, from a game design POV, I really love how you and your team managed to do such amazing work. Well, that's nice. Especially in terms of balancing, progression, skill set, and more. However, so many people complain only focusing on bad sides of the game. How do you guys deal with it? I'm asking from game dev and game design perspective because this is the field I'm going into after graduation. All right, super. So specifically on this one's always a little bit of a tricky one, right? And I kind of view this as a really critical part of my job because you act as like a bit of a translator. What you will always see in the community are the friction points that people are having, because that's what people are most vocal about in general. I get a lot of like nice private messages about people just enjoying the game. Absolutely, those things are awesome. But generally, conversation is dominated by things driven by friction points. Understandably. And this is not unique to games. You look at product reviews on any website, it's largely skewed towards negative reviews just because if people are having a good time, they don't necessarily review stuff. It's fine. I'm guilty of it too. I'm trying to get better at reviewing things that I enjoy, but I don't always do. Then, one of the things that I think is very, very important for designers and game devs to look at is 100% to look at what people are saying. But then, again, I like to say zoom out. Go a little bit deeper and find out what's the cause of the way people are feeling about a certain thing. Why do they feel that way? And what can we do to, remedy it at its root cause rather than at the band-aid level? So that's the way I like to think of it. It's really easy. So right now, there's a lot of people talking about legendary drop rates, for example. And again, I'm not saying any of this as a way to say that I have any responsibility over changing drop rates. It's great to have desirable things in the game because then they feel special when you get them. When I see people saying like, I haven't got this legendary yet, can you look into it for me? You also kind of have to look at it like, well, it's great that you want something and you want to keep playing to be able to get that thing. I don't think the solution is give everyone everything all the time, because then your intrinsic motivation to play or, achieve certain things is eroded heavily. Why fellow don't work more with streamer to push up the community part? We've done a lot of stuff with streamers. How do you mean? How did you get into your line of work? Ooh. Dalesy. It's a weird kind of long story. I'll try and give you the Cliff Notes version. So, okay. This is so I feel so weird talking about. I grew up in New Zealand. After high school, I went and studied jazz, so music at university. During that time, I'm a self-taught like graphic designer, general kind of nerdy person. I learned how to do 3D modeling and all of these sorts of things, motion graphics and all this stuff on the side. I like ran my own kind of freelance business, and I made a bit of cash on the side while I was at university doing that sort of thing. During that time, I also was in a band. That band got signed to uh, a record label, Sony BMG. We recorded an album, blah, blah, blah. But all the way in the background of that, I was doing a lot of graphic design uh, and these sorts of things. After the band stuff, I got a job working. I've done like digital producing. I worked as a motion graphics artist in advertising. I worked as a 3D artist for visualizing wind farms. So I started to kind of grow those skills. I then joined some online indie teams to create some video games, doing 3D art and motion graphics and UI design and just general sorts of things. Then I leveraged those things. I applied for a bunch of jobs in games. During this time, I also did some freelance work for like some Flash games, just like locally. And then after that, I applied for about 50 jobs. This was in 2010, probably. Because I was like, I want to get into the games industry. My partner and I wanted to leave New Zealand. So I was like, let's throw it out into the world and see where we end up. I got one interview. And that was with Blizzard for a media artist role in the Irvine office in California. Partner? Gay? No. My wife. You can call her that if you want. So I had one interview. That was with Renee Coida. So people might know him from the World of Warcraft team, and Joey Ray Hall, who was one of the founding members and head of cinematics. That's Pirate's dad, by the way. Did that interview, got the job, moved to California, and worked as a media artist on the community and esports team. And that's how I got into their band name, or Riot. The band was called the Electric Confectioneers. I can send you a Spotify link if you want to listen to that album. If you're interested. There you go. Anyway, that's the story. No, I don't think it's hurtful. Linear. Is there some math for gem drop chance for Eternal? I mean, of course there is. I just don't know it off the top of my head. Stray dude. Yeah, so necromancers are something that a lot of people are requesting. If we were to do a necromancer, this is my personal opinion, I'd want to stray away from the kind of decrepit old man vibes. I would like to do something a little bit subversive and like, I don't know. It'd be cool to do like a goth girly necromancer. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Will the seasonal reset come with new content? When do you expect we'll start hearing about those details? In the coming weeks, we'll have more clarity on if we'll be able to hit, well, what times we'll be able to hit and what content people can expect. But we only ever intend to do resets when they are content rich enough to make sense. I sense a pattern. Emo bard, goth girl, necromancer. So, like, my, like, I think it's probably like my pop punk emo kick that I'm on at the moment. Like, um, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just nostalgic. Someone was saying like, asking how old I was. Um, it's nice that you thought I was in my mid-20s, but the career sounds like I'm 40. I'm close to 40. I'll be 40 in, I guess, what month is it now? I'll be 40 in 10 months. I turned 39 in September. Pop punk kick, favorite band? Um, I'm really, right now, I'm enjoying going back and listening to Sum 41 and MCR as well. Okay, we've been yapping for so long. I've done one dungeon and I've been streaming for like an hour. So let's cue something else up. Look up Thanatos from Hades. That's the necromancy we need. Okay, I'll have a look. Hades has been on my to-play list for so long. Okay, I like this. So, I'm picking Everdawn Grove, one, because I love the dungeon, and two, because I wanted to kind of test out the matchmaking changes that we've implemented in this patch. When I've been going into a new league, I've never been getting a difficulty 1 dungeon. And now with the changes that we've made, those things are starting to happen. So that's cool. I'm really intrigued to look up completion rates. Can we pull this? Yes. Ooh, this is cool. So I'm very intrigued, like I said, about completion rates. Because I think I would love to see over time that we can make meaningful changes to how people are presented with dungeons. Because I think we can all agree that the game is more fun when you complete dungeons. Like, no one's going to argue with that, right? I'm particularly interested in, like, item level increases per hero over time as a metric. Because my assumption is that even if people are generally attempting lower level dungeons than what they were previously being exposed to before, they'll be having more fun because they'll be completing more stuff. The game is the most fun if you barely finish the dungeon. Absolutely. That feeling of like a clutch finish is so good. Have you voiced any bosses from Fellowship? Yes, I have. Wormheart is actually my stupid voice acting. So like the guy who's like, be burdened by frost. That's me. Putting on my best voice acting. Ending a dungeon with 2 seconds left. Yeah, oh, it feels so good. Whoop! Ah! The nav mesh! Let's just do this. My friend recognized your voice. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, dance mortals. And that really super fun. It doesn't make me feel weird at all. That voice crack that I put in that now I'm regretting.
Witness my wrath.
Oh no!
Untethered.
Alright, I think surely we're not saving this. No way. Are we doing it?
Protect me.
Is there a chance to make Mako's 2 buffs last 45 seconds? I mean, anything is subject to change, right? Maybe. First time watcher, but play the game a little. Is this the same Hamish as from The Division? Yes, it is. Hi. Are there more heroes to be released to add more playstyles? That's 100% the whole thing with Fellowship.
Protect me.
Are battle passes a part of the conversation? I wouldn't say they're a big part of the conversation, but they're definitely a possibility.
Twin souls, unfettered.
think my Are we all here? Yes.
Many wills strike as one. Shields me.
No, I need to get better at using my abilities. Oh, that was almost too soon. I almost really goofed. This is gonna be kind of tight, I think. I mean, I didn't pull it at all well. I mean, I'm just kind of freestyling. I need some heals. Thank you. Whoa! Oh no. We were doing okay up until then, but it is what it is. How come there is no transparency to show drop rates of various supplies when viewing through the dungeon codex and or browsing dungeons when queuing? I mean, the codex is not at all complete. So, since we're in early access, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be added. We've talked about that quite a lot, but the codex is specifically going to be getting more stuff in the future.
My draw.
Correct.
Shields me.
Nice halo.
Winter, protect me.
Honestly, I would say burn the bars. Well, we did it. We didn't time it, but we still get loot. Whoa, Kalis, thanks for the prime. Appreciate that. So I've got about 35 minutes left. Maybe time to sneak in 1 or 2 more of those. No, cosmetics will stay after the reset. Can you buff gems and magic essence drops again? Feels so limited if you want short seasons. We don't want short seasons. So, I mean, this is the thing. It's 3 weeks that we've been playing for right now. That's absolutely not even close to where we want to be in terms of season length. Someone was asking for my UI. I think it should be in the Mako section on Orwaga. Here we go. That's a link to my UI. How often will new dungeons be introduced? When a new one gets added, will an old one be out for a given season? That's the intent, kind of. But again, we're not going to be into the whole season stuff until we get to 1.0. We're just doing stuff in early access to test out what our plans look like. Are you considering some type of 4-pack discount for launch? One copy of game and 3 Steam gifts? That'd be cool. Get a group together? I'd like that. Can you read my question? I really think I have a huge unfair bug. Hamish, I beg you. It's my 15 legendaries drop. Still not the boots. I'm looking for a bag. You do your broken big chief thing and make them appear in my inventory. I'm gonna cry all the tears I have left. I'm seriously thinking it is bugged and somehow I cannot drop boots. I don't know of any bugs about that right now. But this is the thing. Feels like it could be confirmation bias. I understand that you want stuff. I don't feel bad about people wanting things, to be honest. I think that's a great thing for our game, that there is something aspirational that you want to have. Eternal solo queue, any timeline? Soon. Don't have a date for you yet, but it is ASAP. As soon as we can get it for people. What if the aspirational things I want to have are UI tweaks? Oh, there's lots coming to the UI stuff. I spoke specifically to Johan this morning about per character keybinds, for example. That's still on the list. It'll come. But, you know, there's also questions about, you know, do we prioritize certain things over that? We probably want those people right now working on the new hero. So you kind of have to prioritize certain things. Buff Tracker would be Gigapog. We have the first version of Buff Tracker already in. So I don't know if you've seen that yet. Alright, let's have another crack at this. Oh, that's not a friendly thing, my bad.
Shield me.
Okay, not bad for a first pull. We're happy with that. Oh, I don't like that. No, I don't like that. I don't actually know what the pulls are here. Probably not this. But I also recognize that we don't necessarily have all the cooldowns that we had when we went in. Can I heal you after this dungeon? It would be an honor. I do want to do some like playing with chat at some point. On Mako specifically though, I did promise that I would only ever do solo queue, just to kind of feel it out. But maybe on Tuesday we could do some stuff with players. That'd be cool. Any plans for new dungeons? Absolutely. That's the whole thing. Fellowship is about new dungeons, new heroes, and seasonal offerings. If I was to like boil it down to like 3 things. And we've got a long way to go on tailoring that experience. For sure. Okay, I've got my bulwark up again. Yeah, these guys are just a big time suck. I want to stay away from these Goliaths, I feel. Okay, let's try this. Is this too much? Oh yeah, Vigo's Halloween skin is absolutely in today's squad. Anyone who says otherwise has the wrong opinion. For sure. Any plans for expanding on the lore of the game? I would love that. It's one of those things that it's like,
Twin souls, untethered.
sorry. Can we prioritize the lore of the game over new dungeons and heroes? Probably not right now. In the future, maybe we have enough resources to be able to do that. Can you up your volume? Like my voice volume or the game? Oh.
Shield me.
No, I'm gonna die. Will Tariq get a skin with a greatsword? No. Will we add a hero with a greatsword? Yes. I don't know that this has 13% in it. Maybe not. I need to learn the pulls for this one. No, that's not enough. I'm gonna have to look up routes after this one. Kind of griefing my team a little bit.
Strike as one.
The Twitch drops are over, Nate. They ended very recently. We'll have to bring them back at some point, but they are done. Okay, that's done. May as well just get a little pack on the way. I'm just gonna bring them to the boss. Hopefully this is not a great... That was the one I missed? Yeah. So that should be like... I really like this cooldown talent on Mako where my finishes grant me Earth Shield cooldown. It kind of reminds me of the way that Solar Charge works for Dawnbreaker in Dota. Okay, I've got my relic up. Someone brought up a really good point earlier about like the reset that we're planning on. Right? And again, like, it's all very early days because this is early access. And the thing that we want to do with resets is make sure that they're content rich enough that it makes sense. I hadn't actually thought about the, for example, the rewards that are there right now. Like the spider mount, etc. I don't see that it would make sense for us to start offering like a different mount in early access. A couple of reasons. Because like the sorry, my microphone is a little low. That should be a little bit better. We don't have like an endless supply of mounts to give to people, right? So why wouldn't we leave those available even after this reset that we're planning on doing? Good question. Something to think about. Resets are definitely painful after long grinds, but if they bring new debuffs, legendaries, talents, maybe dungeons, it would be really nice. New heroes, new titles to collect, new... yeah, all sorts. I agree. Hire community to design the mounts or something, though. Otherwise, there's nothing new to work towards. Interesting. Okay, I don't have time for another dungeon, so we're gonna hang out and yap for 15 minutes or 10 minutes. If people are down for that. It's not bad having a Master Spell trinket relic at this level. I'm gonna hold on to that. Is there anything that will survive resets? Yeah, cosmetic things. All cosmetic things, disclaimer, apart from trims, because trims are related to leaderboard positions. What will the Eternal solo queue look like when you implement it? We'll have more details on that in the future. I don't have that for you now. Do you plan on only releasing new heroes at the start of new seasons, even during the early access? No, so early access, people are going to have to understand that we need to be flexible, right? We need to do whatever is best for the game. So if that means releasing a hero because we need to get it in and start testing it even before maybe it has all its talents or all its abilities, like we will use that. Absolutely, we won't do that once we're past our 1.0, right? That's just not going to happen. But in early access, we need to be flexible, and as a community, we need to kind of understand that sometimes that might mean that the hero isn't fully fleshed out. Some things might be broken. But if it gets us to having things sooner in the big picture, I'm all for it. Able to sheath weapon and unsheath weapon. That would be cool. Don't have that right now. That'd be cool. Question regarding issues with unskippable intro cutscenes and unable to change game settings without freezing. This started on 11.5. Prior to this, the game was working fine. Tried reinstalling, and that didn't end up working. Okay, thanks, Storm Maverick. Have you done a bug report on that? Wait, a dev using early access to let the community help test features? Hamish needs to know. No, so this is the thing that's really exciting about early access. And I will be completely honest, I didn't want us to do early access initially. Like, I was like, ugh, people have a bad taste about early access. They view it as like a kind of greedy way of doing certain things and blah, blah, blah. Generally, there's not a great feeling from a lot of people about early access. But the turning point for me was the first alpha test we did, actually. And seeing just how much of an impact player feedback had on the meaningful changes we were able to get into the game. It's unparalleled. The best version of Fellowship exists based on community feedback. That's just a fact. So I was definitely converted. What's the best way to get in contact with you guys? Via email? It depends what you're trying to contact about. To be honest, you did a great job with early access, except day 1 and 2. Maybe 3 and 4 as well. We had a lot of growing pains and teething issues and that sort of thing. So basically, as far as I understand, the game is headed towards keeping a small hardcore community because casuals can't stick around after 1 to 2 resets to do everything all over again. And people with real life won't be able to push ladder efficiently to compete versus hardcore gamers. So Dogo, 100% incorrect. We have a lot of work to do to make sure our game is as welcoming as possible for people who are time poor. I mean, like, I'm not pushing leaderboards, right? I'm a good example. I'm still in champion. I have a few hours here and there to play the game. I still want players like me, like you, to be able to get through in a season most, if not all, of the rewards track content for a hero. Like, that's, I think, a measure of success for us. It's also a reason why we've already started adding things in the game for players like us. We initially didn't even have quick play, right? It was full sweaty designs. But a lot of the steps we're taking are to make the game more attractive and appealing to players that have less time. We also, like, going back even further, we didn't even have single boss dungeons. Like, they just didn't exist. That's a huge change for the game. So, yeah, we're by no means done, but I do want to kind of set that expectation that we're 100% not just making this game for hardcore players. We want people from all parts of the community, whether they have a couple of hours to play here and there, compared to, we have people, and you'll see them in chat, that have 300 hours in the game already. That's 14 hours a day. Now, I mean, those people will always have more progression than you. That's just a fact. But we still want to make sure that you have a good experience and you feel like you have stuff to aim for and you don't feel like it's a waste of your time. Mercula's saying, the reason I played this game, and even Yoda spoke about it yesterday, but this game respects your time. Short dungeons except for capstones. Always loot at the end, even if you don't time. Yeah. Lots of things like that. What date in December is the reset so I can mentally prepare? We don't know. We don't even know if it's going to happen in December. If we have the content that we want to get in. Whoa, Chronix, thanks for the raid. Really appreciate you. I'm going to be hanging out for a few more minutes here, but like, thanks everyone for coming by. And then I'll probably send you over to someone else in the fellowship directory. The thing, look, I mean, I kind of keep talking about being transparent, so what the hell? It doesn't feel like we're going to be doing a reset in December unless there's a new hero to go. Again, it's early access, everything is subject to change. But that's the kind of initial feeling that we have on the team. Chronix. Was it a DM on Discord or Twitter? Very messy stuff. Can you send it again? Same with you, Juzzle. So it kind of bumps it, because it's a mess over there. The best part of this game for me is just hopping on with my friends who are not as far as I am and helping them progress to play with me more. Yeah, lovely. Games are fun. I like that. Any plans for adding titles? Yes. And this is the thing with like the kind of seasonal model that we're following. We want to have like heaps and heaps of reasons for people to stick around and come back and all that sort of thing. And I will agree with everyone here that we absolutely do not have that yet. But it's coming. Ermicon. So yeah, I'm going to be putting out a big dev video probably next week, addressing all of those things. I've already booked in time to have an interview with Axel, so you can hear less of me yapping and more from the game director. And ETA on Whispers, yeah, the team are working on that right now, so it's really one of those ASAP things. Any gem or item restoration in the works? I lost my gem when I upgraded my necklace at the blacksmith and no dev helped me recover it. We can't help you recover it. So, yeah, but there's all, like, lots of little quality of life things. Telltales, I agree. There's a lot of quality of life things that need to come into the game. Those things, those details, are not as important as some other things that we have right now. The Sylvie changes feel great. Every patch has been too. Wonderful to see devs that actually get it. Thanks. Thanks, analogs. Analog softness, I see. Sorry. Hey, Hamish, love the game and everything, but can you at least keep the gems after reset? Probably not. And I say probably not because I'm almost certain that the initial angle that we're going for won't allow for that. That's not to say that we aren't listening to everything that everyone is saying. We could be wrong. So, yeah, stick around. And, you know, this game will change. Any plans for boss tuning? Yeah, everything's like up for balancing. Do you accept any feedback from professional VFX artists? Wait, is that you, Dimitri? I got a message from Dimitri and I responded yesterday. If so, yes. I mean, I'm sure our VFX artists would love if I could pass on specific feedback. Okay. I've got a meeting in 3 minutes, so I need to go over and raid someone. But it's been a lot of fun hanging out with all of you. I will be back probably on my Tuesday to kind of, yeah, keep hanging out. More news as it happens. I appreciate all of you, and thanks for being a part of this community. And I'll leave you with what I said earlier. We are very early in early access. All of the conversations we're having in the community right now, all of the requests and these sorts of things, will have an impact on how Fellowship looks 6 months from now. A year from now. Longer. Like, it's just going to be this really cool journey that we get to take together. So make sure you stay with us. Who do we have here? Sorry if, like, the birds outside my window are coming through on the microphone. Maybe they aren't. Okay, so this is also something that I need to do at some point in the future. I need to go through and have a look at, like, all of the people that are streaming our game, because there's so many people that I haven't had a chance to check out yet. So many people. Do we take... Alright, I'm just randoming. Okay. Let's, so it looks like Stella is playing Vigor. Alright, here's some Vigor gameplay. Go over and say hi, and, watch some... Oh yeah, that's what I was hoping to do today. She's, at the end of Champion, so... Should be fun. Alright. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Sure.